My name is Christian Matthew. I am going to tell you so many stories, but let me start with what happened while I was in primary school. Today, really, I'm talking about glass house. The glass house. You do see me? I'm still a student. And that was 1972. I remember my teacher very well. It was our neighbor, Mr. Adedini. Hey, let me tell you something about him first. Mr. Adedini was very serious a teacher that he would scold us and we would cry. You know how he did it? He would scoop us and begin to lay us with pranks. And it was not enjoyable at all. So one day, I don't know who initiated it. I'm not so sure. I cannot remember now. But myself and my immediate senior sneaked out of school. 1972, I have said. We sneaked out. We came home when mommy was not around. That was possibly at recess period. We came. We had already planned where we were going to hide. We hide right in an empty drum. Can you imagine how tiny the two of us could be? And how Mr. Adedini got to know, we could not tell. And he came home. He found our mommy. She had come back from wherever she went and reported us. These guys are not in school. My mommy said, no, I led them to school this morning. Mr. Adedini said, the guys are not in school. And they began the search. They sought everywhere. My mommy said, oh, there is one other place. And she just peeped through and found the two of us inside this empty drum. We escaped. Yes, I am likely going to make reference to Mr. Adedini when we were in primary school. Adedini taught us something. I mean, you remember, a primary school teacher would teach both English, mathematics, social sciences, or whatever we call those things those days. When he began to teach us this arithmetic of a thing, he was teaching us addition and subtraction. We were done with addition, we got to subtraction. And he began to explain. If there were 5 bottles on the wall, and I broke one, how many are left? Of course, yes. 9 left. One time he came. I think he wanted to teach us qualitative or quantitative reasoning. He now changed his analogy. He said, if there are 10 birds at a place, I threw a stone, I killed one. How many remaining? And I put my hands up. Yes, 9. The man said, 9? I said, yes. You have to subtract 1 from 10. The man said, any other person? And said that the Christian was right. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. I argue because he taught us subtraction. But he was teaching us how to reason. Reasoning. Cognitive. Thinking. His idea was, can you wait if you are the bird? When a stone is thrown at you and one of you die, the remaining 9 will run away. There will not be anything there. That is not the subtraction he has taught us in the past. It is reasoning. That is exactly what many people lack today. We do not reason enough. We thought that when we pursue something, our life does not matter because it is always secure. We can be reckless with our life just because we want a particular possession. We have forgotten that 9 will escape. 9 will escape once 1 is killed. I'm talking about glass house today. Whoever that lives in a glass house does not throw stones. No. Do you know why? Peradventure, I am in a house and I throw a stone. I'm going to break the glass. Peradventure, I am in the house, I throw stones at some people out there. They'll be furious. They will throw stones at me and they will break my house. Do you know what Paul the Apostle called that? He said we have our treasure in earthen vessel. You know earthen vessel? Clay. It can break. Your life is so precious. Your life is the only thing, the only possession you have heard on earth. No other possession you have heard. As soon as that life is snuffed out, you will not be able to remember anything again about how much you have in the bank, about how much cars you have possessed, about how much buildings you have had. Do you know what Jesus said? Jesus said your life is more precious. In fact, he said, what shall be the gain of that man if he gained the entire world and lost his soul? But in another way, he said that the builder, the owner, someone that built a house, is more honorable than the structure he has built. Hey, your life is extremely precious. And I must tell you that keep it. That is the only thing you have got. Pursuing every other thing, if your life is gone, you might not be able to take care of any other thing because the real life is gone. There is this saying in my language that when you have fire burning you and you have fire burning your children, you first take care of the fire on your body. Why? Because by the time you first took care of the children, they might live, they might die, but you, fire will consume you. You might not be able to, if they are living, you won't be able to take care of them. But if you are able to quench the fire in you, then you'll be able to quench the fire in them and be able to take good care of them at the end of the day. You pursue politics, you pursue academics, you pursue wealth, you have forgotten something, your life. The preciousness of your life. That is the only thing you have. Think about it. Plan for it. Take time to rest when you must rest. Excuse me. Once that life is gone, if it is snuffed out, every other thing is gone. Remember Mr. Adidini's analogy? If that bird, one of the birds is killed, the remaining 9 will escape. If your life is gone, nothing remaining in you. You see how you will do? And you are buried. And we have not learned enough. We are still subtracting, we forgot about this cognitive of a thing. We are still saying, yes, if I had this and this together, it will amount to this. You are not bothered about your life. When somebody is reckless, is driving recklessly, you only aim at the time he will get there. He never bothered to think about, peradventure, this thing goes otherwise. He might die, she might die. She might kill several people in the vehicle he or she drives. One side mirror, one-way traffic, the way we think, we don't put cognition at it. Did you hear me? Your life is the only thing you have. That is the glass house. If it is gone, it is gone. Let me make the last analogy. Whoever that carries egg doesn't misbehave like others because the eggs could break. Whoever that carry oil on his head will want to walk majestically and carefully, not just in a hurry. Remember, if you are a great man and you have problem with your body, with your earth, and you are not bothered, you begin to compare yourself with people who never had such underlying medical condition. Rather than taking care of the medical condition, you begin to pursue politics around. You might slum and might die. And once that life is gone, nothing again. I repeat, the only possession you have on earth is your life. What are you doing about your life? I learned that in 1972. What are you doing about your life? If the Lord had given you to live 100 years, if you had dreamt and the Lord promised that He will give you to live 100 years, and you began to run around, stress yourself, and abuse your system. By the time you are 50, and doctor called you and told you that you are about dying in 3 weeks, and I should set your house in order. Now look at God. God, but you told me that I will live for 100 years. And they begin to make so much of noise. When I have such people, I ask them, are you sure God told you something? He said, yes. But God doesn't tell lies. God knows everything about you. Are you sure the doctor is actually right? He said, this is the document. All 3 weeks, then you're going to set your house in order. I never told them the story of Hezekiah because I want to teach a lesson. What lesson? Then sometimes I call the doctor, this man is a Christian. Sir, you are also a Christian. This man said God told him this, and he cannot lie, and God cannot lie. Where is the disparity? Guess the disparity. The doctor might not know. And sometimes I ask, please, this is the real age. This man is just 50 years. That is his real age. But can we go for the body age? Your body is aged. By the time they check your body age, they see that you are 100 years. You have abused your life. Oh, I learned that sometimes in 1978. My sister was at Lagos at Mushin, was selling beverages. So she sent some good number of beverages home, and it was sent to the village. My mommy was very democratic. When those things were brought, I was with her and my immediate senior. She called us. This is what your sister sent to us from Lagos. So, how do you want it? I said, well, we begin to consume, or you divide it among us. And equally, we divided into 3. My mommy's portion was not bigger than ours. Mine was not smaller than my brother's. So, we got Milo, we got Nido. I remember Nido was the milk, and we got sugar. I got certain numbers of sugar, cubes of sugar. And mommy kept us. My brother also kept his. Me, I brought out my Milo, I brought out my Nido, the milk, and I added so much of milk, and I began to drink, and when I exhausted my Milo and Nido, I still had some cubes of sugar. I sat down, I'm talking about a few days. I sat down again. I got kola nut. I will cut some kola nut, and I will add a cube of sugar. And I finished everything within 1.5 weeks. That is like life. If you are reckless in life, whatever God gave you, you will say spend it, but you will have abused it. We abuse our system. We abuse our life. We abuse our head. We are so reckless. We abuse. As long as we abuse our system, we might not live long. Did you hear me? It is not only when you abuse your parent that you may not live long. If you abuse yourself, I'm talking about self today, not about parent. If you abuse yourself, you abuse your system. You don't take enough water. You just begin to move around. You don't take enough time to rest. You say there is deadline. You are very correct. There is deadline because it has deadness in it. Deadline is a time they give you. They say you must submit it. No, plan your time. The money you pursue, there's nobody that ever pursued money and got it. Be careful. There will always be deadline. Deadlines are there. And sometimes several people had pursued deadline and they had actually died. The only thing you have is not your certificate. Now, it's not your title. In fact, everybody has got a title. Late. You say this is late pastor, late professor, late Mrs., late Mr. You got that one. So then, you're already late. You will be late. Why are you bothering to meet all the deadlines at all times when you know that they will still say you are late? I'm just curious. I, I want us to be wise because of our lives, because of the children we leave behind, because of the life that the Lord had given unto us. There will be deadline at all times. Take good care of yourself. Sleep well. Drink well. Relax. Be happy. Do things that will make you happy. Don't streamline your life to deadline. There is nobody who died untimely, except he died by accident. Nobody died untimely. Some people you see there, that they are just 40 years and they die. They said they die of stress. They die, they still live their life. They only abuse it. They were reckless with their lives. And when you check the body age might be 120. But this guy is just 48. He spent his time. But some people can gradually word upon it, one step at a time. No rush. Even people in Russia are not rushing. So what are our problems? Am I teaching us to be indolent, to be lazy? No, I'm not saying that. I mean, one step at a time. Jesus said that in every day, there is 100% of evil. He says sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Then why are you worried? Just deal with 100% of the evil of today and continue with tomorrow. Whoever that bothers, what shall tomorrow be? What shall 2 days? It's like if you're having tomorrow's body today, then you are having 200. Instead of 100, it will weigh you down. And it will be as if you are the only person who has the effect of lockdown. Please, your life is your only possession. You might not like this, but this is the truth. Let us learn. Somebody must die. Several people must die untimely, but must you be? Must you be? There are people that are 120 years on earth now, and there are people that are just 32, and they are gone. The difference is, somebody took time to rest, and it's not reckless. Be careful. That is a glass house. That is your glass house. If you throw stones at your glass house, it will break. Huh? Did you hear that? Some preacher, sometimes ago, somebody said that the Lord gave him sent him on an errand. He gave him a message to go and preach. He said, but he killed the horse. The horse with which he would ride to take to that place, he killed it. He was talking about his body. This body has something. The Lord put it in us so that it can carry us. But we can abuse it. I've only said, be careful. Don't abuse your body. It is a glass house. God bless you.